जय, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Chinmayi Vrajapriya Devi Dasi from Charlotte, welcoming each one of you today for today's Bhakti Sangha mid-morning session. And I welcome each one of you. And thank you, Revati Mataji, for that beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita 8th chapter. May I know who all have joined today's call so that we can greet all of you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Balavrinda.
Hari Bol Balavrinda. Welcome to today's call. And are you excited to hear your mom today?
Yes, Mataji. My mom put me at home because there's the solar eclipse.
Yes. And where are you?
In Texas.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. I'm also eagerly waiting. Welcome, Brinda.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava, Bal Vrinda, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and welcome to today's call. Hare Krishna. Mataji,
Hare Krishna, Chinmayi Vajapriya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasni Devi Dasi from Atlanta. Thank you, Preeti Mataji, for the very beautiful chanting. And thank you, Chai Mataji, for the beautiful introductions. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for all your services. And welcome, Mataji, for today's call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. Mrs. Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev. Thank you, Mataji, for your beautiful recitation. And welcome, Mataji, for today's call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are very, very fortunate today to hear from our very own dear Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. And Hare Krishna Mataji, we are all eagerly waiting to hear from you, one of your beautiful signature classes. So before I hand over the call to you, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote. Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. According to Shastra, anyone who wears tilaka, shikha, and kanti over and above the Vaishnava dress or a Vaishnava sannyasi must be accepted, especially while chanting Hare Krishna mantra with beadbacks. When Jagannatha has expanded his jurisdiction over the whole world, why the so-called servants of Jagannatha should not allow them to see the Lord of the universe? This was quoted by His Divine Grace in his letter to Shyamasundara Prabhuji on April 8th, 1974. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for giving your time, your valuable time, and talking on Chaitanya Bhagavat. So today Mataji will be talking on Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, 9th chapter from texts 240 to 248. So please take over, Mataji. We're all eagerly waiting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Chinmayi Mataji, for greeting and welcoming everyone. Thank you, Preeti Vilasni Mataji and Kitida Mataji for giving me this opportunity. I am not qualified, but still they wanted to give me the opportunity. Thank you so much, Matajis, for giving me the opportunity so that I can learn about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'll start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmlitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Jaipataka Swamin Niti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripapadayine Gaurakata Dama Dayanagara Gramatarine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's class, for blessing all of us with your sweet association. Please bless me so that I can speak nicely about Lord and his devotees. Hare Krishna. We'll start with the verse for today. It's 240. I'm sharing the screen. Okay. The 240 verse. Yata deke Vaishnavera Vyavahara Duka Nishaya Janiha se Parananda Sukha. Know for certain that whatever worldly distress is seen in a Vaishnava is actually spiritual happiness. So this purport is long, but I want to read so that we will understand clearly what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is trying to explain us. By seeing a fully engaged devotee scarcity rather than external opulence, sickness rather than good health, poverty rather than wealth, and ignorance rather than scholarship. Those who consider such a Vaishnava is afflicted by various deficiencies, is hankering after gold, women, and fame like Hermes, and thus consider him distress should be understood to have lost their intelligence. Although although known as a sun-like personality of Kayastha family, Sri Dasa Goswami Prabhu also never felt any worldly distress and gave up etiquette by disregarding learned Brahmanas. Although materialistic considered Dabir Kasa and Sakar Mallika were afflicted by worldly distress because of acting as a servants under the rule of Yavana king. They were never afflicted by worldly distress. Rather, they were observed in the service of Sri Chaitanya's lotus feet. Although Haridas Thakur was born in Yavana family and the Thakur Udaran Datta was born in Suvarnavanik family, they never felt any worldly distress since they were constantly engaged in ecstatic service of Krishna. They did not get any opportunity to feel burden of or become overwhelmed with distress like ordinary people. If one understand the relationship between Krishna's desire, that which karmis and gyanis consider distressful, then that understanding becomes the source of spiritual happiness. That is why Sri Gaurasundara has manifested the verse Naham Viparo na cha Narapati and forbidden one to think in the terms of I and mine on the platform of mixed happiness and distress. For a self-realized soul, there is no possibility of invoking distress born of anything that has no relationship with the self. So this verse here, we can see that the verse is clearly explaining about the devotees, even though we see that the devotees are engaging in worldly activities, but they are never feeling any distress, because they are always engaging in Krishna Katha. They are always at the lotus feet of Lord and serving the Lord. So we may see them as to be like an ordinary person, but then they are not. They are actually elevated persons, and they are Vaishnavas, great Vaishnavas. So that's why they don't feel any distress, that how worldly people feel, overburdened with their activities. Like here in this verse, you can see that once then, yeah, it is whole purport we can see here, right? So then we can see that here it is talking about Das Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. We all know Raghunath Das Goswami, but I just wanted to go through a little bit so we understand what is the position of Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami is one of the great devotee of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was born in a great Vaishnava family, because his forefathers were Vaishnavas. And also we can see that how he was in very rich family. His father is very rich, and his father's brother Hiranya Majumdar is also very rich. They had a lot of money. But he was never affected with that, because he was always engaged in the service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like here in CC, Adi Lila 10.91, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains that how Raghunath Das Goswami was belonging to this particular community, Kayastha community, where they are also treated to the equal to the Brahmana community, and also they are very intelligent, and they were able to command the people also. So that's why all the ministers were very afraid about Raghunath Das Goswami, and they would never say any, like they would tell him little loud, but they would never beat him or anything. They're all very afraid, because this community that Raghunath Das Goswami was belonging to is a higher community. So because of that, nobody used to tell him anything. And when Raghunath Das Goswami was meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time, he told Raghunath Das Goswami, said that I just wanted to surrender everything and I want to come. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that no, you should not surrender like that, because it is like kind of you're jumping on something. Like this material world is like an ocean, big ocean, right? How can we suddenly jump like that? It is not possible. We need a particular sadhana, and then we can jump. So he said that even though you are in this, even in the position of great person, and you have lot of money, you can utilize everything for Krishna and be detached to it. Like here, Srila Prabhupada was giving an example of how Hanuman was getting so much energy to cross a jump over the ocean. That is all because of Lord Rama. So in the same way, when we are able to completely dedicate ourselves to Lord Krishna, then automatically we get that ability to jump over this ocean of material existence, and to be able to stand steady in our devotional service. Even though Raghunath Das Goswami is a great devotee, but here Lord wanted to show us an example. And also when he was speaking to Raghunath Das Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was saying that how Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport how every individual person is having certain karma. We are destined to have that suffering. But then when we surrender to Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we can always be in the protection of him. All that karma, all that effects will not come on to us. But those who are materialistic people, those who are always thinking of everything about sense gratification, for them it is very difficult to cross. And those kind of people are here treated like a stool in the worm in the stool. So because they are just hankering everything for the sense gratification. But look, Raghunath Das Goswami, even though he's very rich, he's having very beautiful wife, so but then he's not attached to all of this. So that is what even in the purport it is explained. These devotees, they might look like a worldly people, but they are not. Some people who will consider them to be a a worldly people, for them all the ignorance is lost. And also we can see that how Dabir Kasa and Sakar Mallika, who are they? They are Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. We all know that they are also belonging to the rich family, and they are born in Brahmana family. But when they approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how did they approach? They approach just like an ordinary person, and they were telling that we are from the lowest class of men, and we are even ashamed to come before you and stand before you. So why they were considering themselves to be lowest class, nicha jati? Why? Because they were working under the Muslim people. So, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, we can understand that those people who are belonging to the Muhammad group of the family, those people, they don't protect the cows or brahmanas. So they are prohibiting the Brahmanical orders. So they are opposing to the Brahmanical order. In that way, what happens is, if one person takes the association of that people or stays with them, automatically their symptoms of behavior or their culture will automatically change. So here, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami are representing themselves like that, because we are working under them. So that's why our customs and this symptoms all are all changed. We are not able to give any respect to the Brahmanas, or nor I have any Brahmanical quality in me, because I am under working in them. But then it clearly said that because they are very very down to earth, in humility they are saying that. But actually after that, when they left everything and they chant Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they became very good devotees. So here it is said that when you are with association of devotees, like even in the purport, if you see that, it is clearly explained, when they were in association with the king, they were in distress, and they could feel the um, material life in them. But then when they moved and they changed their lifestyle, they were completely surrendered to Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were never feeling any worldly distress that usually a material person feel. Even in the same case with Udaran Datta Thakur. Udaran Datta Thakur is the 11th cowherd 11th person in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree, and he's the cowherd boy who is Subahu. The cowherd boy's name is Subahu in Vrindavan. So actually, who is this Udaran Datta Thakur? Udaran Datta Thakur is belonging to Suvarnavanik community. Actually, the Suvarnavanik community is also related to Srila Prabhupada. It is also explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. In, I don't know, Adi or Madhya Khanda. So in that purport, it is explained that how so in Calcutta, everything, all the British people were there, and then this Suvarnamanik community came from the Saptagrama and established their business in Calcutta. So then so we all know that Srila Prabhupada's family is Mullik's family. These actually divided into D family and Silly family. All the Mullik's family were also belonging to the same Gotra. But because they were under this Muslims rulers, so that's why they got this title called Mullik. So then again, here it is said that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when Nityananda Prabhu was present at that time, what actually happened was there was a differences between the Suvarnavanik and the Balal Sena community and Suvarnavanik community. They had some differences. Why? Because there was a banker named Gauri Sena, who was giving loan to the Ballal Sena. So Ballal Sena was taking a lot of loan from Gauri Sena, and he was not repaying it. So then what happened is, so So then he immediately stopped giving the loan to him. So then what happened is Balal Singh wanted to take revenge because Gauri Singh is not giving money to him, right? So then he wanted to take revenge. So what did he do? He just excluded this whole Suvarnavanik people from the higher caste of the people. And then he immediately put them into the low. But then at the time, because of Nityananda Prabhu, they are all came into again, they established themselves in the higher class society. So that is why it is said that Nityananda Prabhu is very much dear to this very much dear to one second, Udarandatta Thakur, because Udarandatta Thakur, Nityananda was living at Udarandatta Thakur's place, and Udarandatta Thakur is very great devotee. He's always actually it is said that he's born to serve Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So that is what it is said, like these devotees are not ordinary people, even though they look like they are worldly people, but they are not. And here it is said about Haridas Thakur. We all know that Haridas Thakur is an eternally liberated soul. He is always worshipping the Lord and chanting the holy names of the Lord. Even though many troubles he have seen, still he was always devoted to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada says in one of the purport that just like as Garuda appeared as a bird and Hanuman appeared as a monkey, Haridas Thakur also appeared in the family of Yavanas, but he is a devotee of the Lord. It doesn't matter, devotee of the Lord can appear anywhere, in any form, but still he can remain to be as a devotee, a great devotee of the Lord. So this is what I understood from this purport. We'll move to the next verse. And also the most important thing is we should not be thinking that on the platform of I and me. Those people who are in the worldly busy things, those people, they think that I and me. Actually, we should go raise ourselves above than I and me, and we should understand who we are. That is only understood by a great devotee. A Vaishnava can know that. The other materialistic people, they cannot understand these kind of things. Okay, moving on to the next verse. व्यवसाय विषय मादेन सब कुछ नहीं जाने, विद्या मादे धन मादे वैष्णव नचेना. People blinded with pride over material enjoyment do not know anything. They cannot recognize Vaishnava due to the pride born of education and wealth. So here in this verse, it is talking about the purport. We'll see, through the material knowledge, one cannot understand the teachings of Vedas. Those who employ the four Vedas, Rig Veda, Shama Veda, Samaveda, Yajurveda, the literatures in pursuance of the Vedas, Ayurveda and Dhanurveda, the six colorations headed by Siksha, and in pursuits of their worldly enjoyment, are certainly partial to the cultivation of material knowledge. Under the shelter of Ajnana Ruddhi, the conventional meaning, words according to unintelligent person, and those whose servants are of spiritual knowledge are freed from the clutches of material knowledge, and whose follows with the Vada Ruddhi, they are not converted by the pride of knowledge. People whose heart are full of anxiety for achieving the mystic perfection, like Anima and all other mystics, are very proud of their penances. So that is what it is said. There is, like, as we see in the Ishopanishad, right? Vidya and Avidya. Vidya means the person who are educated, but then if that Vidya is not used properly, then that is also no good as, it's as good as Avidya, which means he's not educated. Let's see the next paragraph. One can achieve the sensual happiness in the exchange of wealth, but the senses are temporary and unable to fulfill the reciprocate that the why Vaishnavas who are engaged in devotional service do not become blind with pride due to education, wealth, beauty, fame, and good birth, and do not engage in the search of material sense gratification. But those conditioned souls who are misguided, unfortunately poverty stricken, harassed by the three modes of material nature, whose hearts are disturbed by Maya, who proudly identify themselves with the material designations, who are blinded by pride of material possessions, cannot understand the exalted glories of Vaishnavas. Such people think that the devotees of Vishnu are not blinded like themselves by the pride based on the material objects. They are foolish since they think in this way. They do not respect Vaishnavas, but rather consider them inferior. Although there is no possibility of fault, their pure spiritual propensities, since they are intoxicated by the pride of material designations and ignorance, they are full of faults. Actually, those pathetic persons have no fault. The only fault is that their intelligence is impure. So sad. These people, the ordinary people, they don't know what is a devotee. They don't understand, as we already said, that what is a vidya and avidya. So real vidya is to know the knowledge about Krishna, as it is said in Bhagavad Gita. In one of the purport, Srila Prabhupada was explaining that how vidya which is not attached to knowing Lord Krishna is like a decorating a dead body to just for the people who are sitting around, the lamenting relatives. It's just like decorating a dead body. What is the use of decorating a dead body, right? It's no use. In the same way, the vidya that we are learning, if you are not able to devote it to Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then it's no use. It's like a decorating like a dead body. So we all know that in this material world, what is the education they are giving? They are giving about how to have more sense gratification. Above the senses is the mind. Above the mind is intelligence. Above the intelligence is the understanding. We are not this body, we are the soul. So that is what we need to understand. Then only we can appreciate the glories of the devotees, glories and also the Lord. Otherwise, we cannot appreciate when we are still thinking that I am this body, I want this one, I want that position, this position, then we will not understand anything. So as in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, right? After all the Vedas we are reading is because to understand Krishna. Otherwise, we don't need to read all those Vedas. If you read all those Vedas and you are still not able to devote yourself to Lord Krishna, then what is the use of reading them? It's nothing. So in this regard, there is one beautiful story how the ordinary people disrespect a Vaishnava or a devotee, and they think that, oh, they are only great, but the devotees are not so great. Or they know many things, but devotees don't know anything. They think like that. So there is one story, very nice story. So one little boy was flying a kite, and he was up in the stairs, and he was flying a kite, and there is no boundary is to the staircase. So then he was flying the kite, and all the boys were around this boy, and everybody's cheering up. Oh, come on, do it! Come on, do it! You're going so high. The kite is going so high, and he was until the edge of that the boundary, and he was about to fall from there. And there was one little guy who was walking down. He saw that this boy is about to fall, and he just went up and he dragged that boy from falling down. And immediately the boy and everybody were shouting at him, oh, why did you pull my boy? Why did you pull my boy? Parents also very mad. So then they were shouting, and they're telling that, oh, I'll call the police and I'll arrest you because you disturbed my son and you're pulling my son. How dare you to do like this? And finally, this gentleman explains that, your son is about to fall. That's why I helped. So then they will understand. Oh, so sorry. Thank you so much for helping me. So here, this devotee, this gentleman who came to save that little boy is like a devotee who is coming on our way and trying to help us. Hey, you should not be engaging in this kind of activity. You should be engaging in the activities that are higher than the bodily platform. But we are not listening. Oh, we are saying, oh, what are you saying me? You are telling me to stop my activities. You are telling me to stop going to job, or you are telling me to not to watch the movie. Oh, this is not the purpose. I want to enjoy. I want to enjoy. And we try to, try to be a person who is trying to teach us nice things, or we are rude to that person. Why did this person even talk to me about like this? But the devotees are very merciful. They go out of their way. They want to give Jiva Daya. They want to give love of God to everyone. So it's like that. Devotees are in such a way that they not only give love for the human beings, but they also wanted to give love for the animals also. How we see that Jharkhand story, right? How Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was able to make everybody dance, all the animals dance, right? So that is that is what devotee is, a person who can make everybody wake up from the sleep that they are sleeping in this material thoughts and material sense gratification. And there is one more story where Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur narrates this story about a carpenter, and there is two carpenters, old carpenter and the young carpenter. So this young carpenter wanted to go to the forest to get the wood sticks for the business. What they use, they wanted to have a business, right? They buy the carpet and they wanted they get the wood and they wanted to make out something, and they wanted to make their business. So then this old carpenter saw the young carpenter going without any weapon in his hand. So he was going, and when he was going, he said, oh, why are you going inside the forest like that? Don't go without weapons. You're supposed to carry the weapons and go. But then this young carpenter said, no, that's okay. I have a saw with me. I'm just going to saw big sticks, and then I'm going to fear away these scary animals. Maybe the tiger may come and attack me, and then I will just use the big sticks to scare that animal. But then this young carpenter did not listen to the old carpenter and went into the forest and died. So then all the villagers, they all went in search of this young carpenter. They find out that he had died, and when they are going, they were carrying all the weapons with them and everything. But what they saw is there was one person who was chanting Hare Krishna, and all the animals were also dancing, and they were surprised to see this. What is this? How these animals were able to dance when this person is chanting? So that's so here this story, there is very nice analogy is explained by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So here it is said that the old carpenter is like a guru who comes in our life and try to guide us in a good path. But the young carpenter is like a young disciple who is taking the guidance from guru. But here we can see that this person did not take any guidance properly, and he ended up in trouble. So, and who are these villagers who went with the weapons in there? They're like karma kandi devotees. They just wanted to get something out of it, good or bad. They wanted to protect themselves for the things like, oh, I'll do this homa, that homa, then I can protect myself, like that. But the devotee is like a person who is a Krishna conscious devotee, who can even make up the animals. What are the animals here in the story? The animals are like our senses, which are like never be controlled. Only it can be controlled by chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The senses are very, very dangerous. It cannot be controlled, like how these dangerous animals in the forest. So here Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying that these senses are like that, very dangerous. Only we can surrender to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, by being in the shelter of a devotee, guru. Then we can achieve the perfection. Otherwise, we will be like a young carpenter, and who does not take advice of the guru, and also in return we blaspheme the person who is giving advice, like in the purport it is explained. So Srila Prabhupada also says that why this we are having gurus and Siksha gurus and Diksha gurus. Why? Because we can take guidance from them so that we can progress in our spiritual life and we can go to back to God. If we are not able to take this opportunity of Siksha guru and Diksha guru, and we are not able to elevate ourselves from the level of bodily platform, then our life is wasted. So that is what it is explained in this verse. We'll move to the next verse. Okay. 242. Okay. Bhagavata padiyo ka rabhuti nasa Nityananda ninda kare eibeka nasa. Even after studying Srimad Bhagavatam, one's intelligence may be ruined, for anyone who blasphemes Nityananda is certainly vanquished. So here, rather than discuss the Srimad Bhagavatam under the guidance of guidance of Shri Brahma Matva Gaudiya Vaishnavas, many people with the desire of increasing their prestige, enhancing their knowledge, wealth, beauty, fame, and good birth, Srimad Bhagavatam with the mad persons and cultivate enmity of devotional service, being bereft of shelter of Shri Nityananda Swarupa. Such persons lose the service of Lord Chaitanya and disrespects the Vaishnava Guru. As a result, there is absence of devotion is revealed by and they proudly pose as instructors of Vaishnavas, because they have no vision of that Supreme Lord is situated within all living entity. They see that the entire world is full of miseries. In order to nourish their pride, they enviously embrace many non-devotional activities, such as considering themselves the instructor of the devotees and pretending to give initiations and as initiating gurus. But if they study Srimad Bhagavatam under Vaishnava Guru, then out of natural humility, they will realize themselves as a lower than the straw in the street, and they will become qualified to study the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Living entities who have received even a tiny merciful glance of Sri Chaitanya see the entire world as a full of eternal happiness. It is impossible for a person expert in the material knowledge to teach Srimad Bhagavatam unless they are eternal servants of Vaishnavas. People under the shelter of material knowledge proudly consider themselves teachers of Srimad Bhagavatam. Rather than becoming the servants of Bhagavata, they consider themselves masters of Bhagavata. In order to fulfill their bellies, considering their business as dharma, they accept various non-devotional activities as following in the footsteps of Nityananda. But in every respect, this blasphemes Nityananda. So here we can see that how one should not blaspheme Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda is the Supreme Lord himself. He came to serve Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is none other than Lord Balram. But who are this person who blaspheme Lord Nityananda? They are Prakrita Sahajiyas. They are Parshandis. They just wanted to blaspheme Nityananda. When Lord Nityananda came from the Jagannath Puri, and he was returning to Bengal on the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give Krishna consciousness to everyone. But then these people, they propagated these Prakrita Sahajiyas, they propagated that Lord Nityananda is going to get married and get so many children. They just wanted to propagate a wrong thing about Lord Nityananda. So we should understand that Lord Nityananda is not an ordinary person. He's the Lord himself, Lord Balram. So there is one nice story from Gauranga book. There is the story name is that the Lord tests Srivasa. What is this? Is one time Lord Chaitanya tests Srivasa, and he asks Srivasa, "Oh, why you let this mendicant Nityananda into your house? You don't know what family he comes from, what does he is like. He's like Avaduta. Sometimes he's act like a child, sometimes he acts like a swimming in Ganges. Do you know about this person? I think you should drive him out of the house for the sake of your family. Dude, please do not keep Nityananda in your house. This is what Lord Chaitanya is telling to Srivasa. So but then Srivas understood that is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is testing. Then immediately Srivas said, no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why are you testing me? Even a small person who serves you in devotion, you give them greater love and affection. Lord Nityananda is personification of the service. He is always serving you, and he is always there in your association. Even if Nityananda is going and doing any kind of activities which are strange, but I will never disrespect him. I know he is Lord Balram himself. Lord Chaitanya immediately became very happy, and he said that, yes, Srivas, I was testing you. You as a devotee, you know who is Lord Nityananda. So that is why in your house every time there is always Lakshmi. And even though Lakshmi herself does not have a money, but then still your house is always there. And even your house always, even dogs, cats, everybody who is living in your house, everybody becomes a pure devotee of the Lord, because you are such a great devotee. You are always in the shelter of devotees, and you know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and who is Nityananda. You know everything. So you are the great devotee. You're always going to be in pure devotion. That's such a blessings Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given to Srivasa. So here we can understand that how Srivasa is a great devotee. Only great devotees understand the glories of Lord Nityananda. Other people cannot understand glories of Lord Nityananda. It's very, very difficult to understand him. So it is said, even in this verse, it is talking about the offense to one's own guru. We every day recite 10 offenses, right? We recite first offenses. We should one who disobey the order of the spiritual master. So we should not disobey the order of the spiritual master. We should always obey the order of the spiritual master. And I know Kitida Mataji is very nicely covering in every Friday all the 10 offenses. We have covered all 8 offenses. We will be learning more. I don't wanted to go into detail about this. So here we can see that at the time of initiation, we are surrendering to our guru. We are telling that you are my master and I'm your servant. When you take up this initiation, that means you're completely under order of your guru. So you need to take whatever order he is giving. You cannot have a second thought. If you have a second thought, that means you are disobeying your guru, and we cannot go further in our devotional service. So it is very, very difficult to grow in our devotional service if we disobey the order of our guru. And also in this purport, it was explaining that reading the scriptures in the association of devotees, right? So there is one more beautiful story from Gauranga book, Devananda Pandit becoming a devotee of the Lord. So where we know Devananda Pandit was a Mayavadi devotee who was living in Mayapur. And he was not believing that the Lord has form. Mayavadi devotees, they are in different mood, and they don't know what is actual devotion. So once what happened is Srivas Pandit went and sat in the Bhagavad Sapta of this Devananda Pandit, and then immediately when Devananda Pandit started reciting about the beautiful pastimes of the Lord, Srivasa started crying, and then immediately this Devananda Pandit got angry. Who are you? Why are you disturbing my class? Why are you often creating such nonsense here? Just get out. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know about it. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met this Devananda Pandit, he just scolded him like anything. Oh, you are like a dry scholar. You don't know anything. You are not a pure devotee. You are offending pure devotee. You will never have any pious things. You will lose everything. So like that he said. And so Devananda Pandit was very angry initially. Why did Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even talk to him like this? So but luckily what happened is Devananda Pandit's friend is Vakreshwar Pandit. And So because of this, he understood Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he started learning. He was understanding that he need to come up to the platform of devotional service, and he started reading Bhagavatam. But then when he was reading Bhagavatam, he was not able to get any ecstatic feeling like Srivas. So he was thinking, why I'm not getting any ecstatic feeling? Then he understood that, oh, I am not reading in association of a devotee. I am not reading. So then he takes the association of all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and rereads the Bhagavatam. Then he feels the ecstatic feeling of Bhagavatam. So from that day, he becomes a good devotee, and he always in the service of the Lord. What happens? But still, he had that ill feeling about Srivas, right? He was offending Srivas. And then one day when he meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says, "See, I am reading Bhagavatam. I am doing everything, but still I have offended a devotee. Please forgive me." But then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, "No, no, I cannot forgive you, because you have to go and ask forgiveness from Srivas." Then Devananda Pandit goes and asks forgiveness from Srivas, and that particular place is called the place of pure Vaishnava forgive. That place is still there in Kulia Grama, and whatever the offenses we are did, when you go to there and you pray to the Lord, Lord will remove all the offenses that we are committed. So that is then from then Devananda Pandit was very, very good devotee of the Lord, and he was always in participating in all the activities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. So that is what this was. I could understand from. I want to share some realizations regarding this. And moving on to the next verse. So here in this verse, Shridharera Pailavara Kariya Stavana Hihaina Sunetara Mile Premadana. Anyone who hears the prayers of Shridhara and the benedictions he received from the Lord will obtain the wealth of prema, or love of Godhead. So we all hear the nice pastime of Shridhara, and we all get the love of Godhead. Also devotees, we don't desire for anything material. Always Falastutis is for the regular karma kandis. They do something, they get something material out of it, but we do everything to get the love of God, to get observed in chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Our goal is that only. So next verse, moving on to the next verse. Prema bhakti ahaya Prabhu charanara vinde sei Krishna paye sei Vaishnavena hi ninde. One who does not blaspheme the Vaishnava attain Krishna by developing love and devotion at his lotus feet. One who does not blaspheme the Vaishnava devotee, who accepts a Vaishnava as his spiritual master, who remains far away from so-called gurus, they are devoid of devotion to the Vishnu, and are gurus in name only, who does not glorify the abominable activities of such so-called gurus, and who with a desire to benefit the entire world broadcast the insignificance of such persons' activities. Such a person attained pure devotional service at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and by the mercy of Sri Gaura Nityananda, he attains the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. So here in this verse it is said that one who does not blaspheme the devotees, they are always under the protection of the Lord, and they are always under the protection of the Lord, and they will be always protected by the Lord. And also those people who does not propagate a cheating guru, they are a devotee of the Lord. Those people who are propagating the cheating guru and taking their association, those are offending the Vaishnavas. Those people who are not doing that, they are not offending the Vaishnavas. They're always in the protection of the Lord, as it says, like, why? Because Lord Krishna is known as Achyuta. He never fails his primary duty to give protection to the Lord. He is always protecting his devotees, and devotees are always in full of happiness. Even though whatever his material status might look like, might be having some health issues, they might have any problem materially, but spiritually they are always in the protection of the Lord. As here it is explained, like in Dhruva Maharaj rendered devotional service unto the Supreme, the reservoir of everything, with unrelent force, while carrying out his devotional service. The Lord, he could see that everything is situated in him only, that he is situated in all living entities. The Lord is called Achyuta because he never fails to protect his devotees. So Lord always carries in his hand the club and chakra, and we know that how the Lord kills the demon with the chakra. In other hand, he holds the conch shell and the lotus to give the protection of his devotees. So conch shell and the lotus is to protection of the devotees, the club and chakra to kill the demons. So Lord appears into this material world. Why? One is to re-establish the dharma, and to kill the demons, to protect the devotees. So always the Lord is there for us to protect us. So that's the greatness of the Lord. We have several stories like that, who is completely devoted to the Lord, and Lord has came and he helped him, the particular devotee. So what is one famous story is Ambarish Maharaj story. We all know that Ambarish Maharaj was a very great devotee. He was completely surrendered. And when Durvasa Muni came, and at that time Ambarish Maharaj was finishing his Ekadasi Vrata, and he wants to break his Ekadasi fast. But then Durvasa Muni said that, oh wait, I just wanted to go take bath and come, then we can have a feast. Because it's a custom that when the guru or a guest is coming to our house, we serve first them, and then we take food for ourselves. So because Ambarish Maharaj know the custom that the sage has visited to their house, so they want to serve him first. But then Durvasa Muni did not come back from the river after taking bath. It was getting late. Ekadasi time is about to, Paran time is about to go. So he took little water to break his fast, and Durvasa got angry, and he creates a demon to kill Ambarisha. But then Ambarish Maharaj was not even moving from there. He was just folding his hand and standing. And that's what the devotees do. They just don't wanted to protect themselves. They completely surrender themselves to Krishna. So then what happens? Nothing that demon can do anything to Ambarish Maharaj. But then Durvasa Muni, what happened to Durvasa Muni? Then immediately seeing that Lord's devotee is in danger, Lord's, as I already said, that Lord uses chakra and club to kill the demons. He immediately invokes the chakra to kill the Durvasa, and Durvasa is running everywhere to protect him. And finally he reaches to Vishnu Loka, Vaikunta, and then he says, please forgive me. Then Lord says, no, you just go and ask forgiveness from the Ambarish Maharaj, then only I can forgive. Finally, when he asked forgiveness from Ambarish Maharaj, then only he was able to protect. But the main difference here, it is explained, the difference between Durvasa and Ambarish. Durvasa Muni, when he was put in trouble, when the Sudarshan Chakra is running, he did not directly take this protection of the Lord. He was going everywhere asking for help, everywhere, everyone, but nobody could help. And he was trying to escape, or try to use his mystic power to solve the problem, but nothing happened there. But here, other hand, Ambarish Maharaj, who was completely devoted to the Lord, he was just under the protection of the Lord. He did not think about anything there. So then there is another story from Gauranga book, how the Lord protects his devotees. So there one time in what happened is, in Srivas Angan, Srivas was called out, and this all these Muslim community people, they said that, oh, you are disturbing us, you are creating all the nonsense things because of the kirtan and everything. It is really bothering us. We went and gave the complaint to the king, and king is going to come and arrest you. And immediately Srivas was very scared, and he went into the room and closed the door, and he was chanting Jai Narsingha Dev Ugram Veeram and Narsingha prayers, all that he was chanting. And then immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes and he knocks the door. And he says, oh, Srivasa, the Lord you are calling is just out here. You please open the door. Nothing will happen to you. So like this, always the Lord is there to protect the devotees. Whatever we are in situation. See, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is Lord Krishna and Narsingha Dev. So he went and protected his devotee. Even though it was not true, but then Srivas was very worried about that particular situation, and he took the protection of the Lord. Instead of taking protection of anyone else, we devotees always need to take protection from the Lord himself. So then moving on to the next verse. 245. One second. Yeah. Nityananda nahi kare sabe papalabhya ekate na kare ninda mahabhaga. There is no gain in the act of blasphemy. One simply incurs sin. Therefore, the most fortunate person do not engage in blasphemy. The most fortunate Vaishnava glorifies the devotional service of Vishnu. They never blaspheme the devotional service. All the cheating, two-tongued, duplicities person who deceive people by defining the renunciation of non-devotional activities as ninda or blasphemy and madness by sinful activities. They have no taste for the devotional activities like Jivadaya or compassionate on the living entities. It is sinful to consider the activities by which people can attain freedom from non-devotional life as blasphemy. Since such sinful person glorifies sinful activities, they end up blaspheming Vaishnava. Therefore, a pious Vaishnava do not blaspheme Vaishnava. They are not sinful. Those who advertise themselves as Vaishnava are so-called Vaishnavas, therefore are unfortunate and sinful. So here in this verse, it is said that how we should not do any Vaishnava aparad, nor we should try to be advertising ourselves to be a great devotee if we are not. It is going to make us more bad, and we fell into darkest region. Like we see the pastime of Gopal Chapal, how he was always envious of the devotee. Like here in this verse it is said we should not be envious of the devotees. So here Gopal Chapal was envious of Srivas Thakur, and he just wanted to create a drama that Srivas Thakur was worshipping Durga Devi, and Srivas was not worshipping at all, but Srivas was not at all worried that Gopal Chapal was spreading this kind of news everywhere. He said, okay, I'm worshipping, what's the problem? So then what happened is, by doing this, he blasphemed the law, Srivas, and because of that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, punished him, and he got leprosy. Then when he got leprosy, he understood that he did a mistake, and he asked the forgiveness from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, I cannot forgive you. You have to go to Srivas and ask the forgiveness from Srivas. And this Gopal Chapal not only did offenses to the Srivas Thakur, but also the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So devotees of the Lord are very careful that they don't blaspheme anyone, or they don't place themselves into that particular situation where they are criticizing someone, or someone is criticizing some other devotees. They don't indulge in that kind of situation. It is said that if someone is criticizing someone, we are supposed to move away from that place. We are not supposed to be taking association in that part. Even by taking like that, we will get into trouble. So we need to just get away from that particular situation. So how it is very, very dangerous when a person is even doing offense unknowingly. Like there is a very beautiful pastime of Sri Rupa Goswami. When Rupa Goswami was in deep meditation, he was thinking about the Lord Krishna and Radharani pastime. He was in deep meditation. He was thinking, he was just in that pastime in his dream. In the closed eyes, he was meditating that Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya and gopis were there, and Radharani was decorating herself, and Krishna came from behind, and this scene he was seeing, and Krishna was hiding, and so that Radharani is not seen. And then suddenly Radharani sees Krishna, and Radharani becomes shy that Krishna is there. And immediately, by seeing this pastime, then Rupa Goswami starts laughing. But at that time, a other devotee used to cross from that place, and he had a cross leg, little bit. His leg was not nice, and he was walking. So he thought that, oh, Rupa Goswami is laughing because my leg is not good, and he felt offended. Even though he was not directly offending, but then somehow he felt sad that why Rupa Goswami was laughing when I went to see him. He did not. He was laughing at me. So then, immediately when this devotee felt offended, Rupa Goswami's whatever meditation was this, it was broken. So he could understand, oh, something had happened, something, I have offended someone. So immediately he finds out what happened, and he wanted to go to Sanatana Goswami and ask, oh, so this is what happened, how can I solve this problem? Then finally he invites everyone to the take prasadam at their house, but this particular devotee will not come there. So he goes and asks forgiveness, and both the devotees hug each other, and that's how the offense will go. The main way to get rid of offense is to go and ask forgiveness. Until we ask the forgiveness from the devotee, if you're offended, then we cannot have that taste for the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So also it is said that without pleasing a devotee, we cannot please the Krishna. So if at all we offend a devotee, and how can we please Krishna will be happy with us, right? It is very, very sure that Krishna will not be happy. Without we please a devotee, we don't get Krishna's mercy. Then if you are offending, then think about our situation, where we will go. We will not able to reach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we will be just being in the darkness, and we lose the taste for chanting and everything. Yasha prasada bhagavad prasada. One who satisfies the devotees, one who serves the devotees, that person only can get the love of Krishna. Once that person gets love of Krishna, is under complete shelter of the Lord, and he's always been protected of whatever situation he is in, but he's always protected. So moving on to the next verse. Yeah, 56. Krishna will certainly deliver anyone who chants his holy name without offense or blaspheme. If one offenselessly chants the holy name of Krishna, even once without committing Vaishnava aparad or blaspheming the saintly person, then he will easily obtain the mercy of Krishna and freedom from mundane ignorance. It is impossible for a person to serve a Vaishnava without engaging in the service of Shri Gaur Nityananda. As I already said, to get the mercy of the Lord, we can not directly get, oh, just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, I don't get the mercy of the Lord. I will only get the mercy of the Lord when I approach a devotee and surrender myself to a devotee and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that time, when I serve and chant, that time I can get the taste for the chanting. And then when I really chant offenselessly, that's when we get the pure love of the God. The simple process of offenseless chanting is hearing the glories of the holy name, and also always engaging in the service of the Lord. So when we able to hear the glories of the Lord, then we can easily chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And who can easily chant without offenselessly? The person who is treating everybody friendly and who does not have envious to anyone. That person can only chant offenselessly. Otherwise, if you have envy to anyone, either it's a devotee, non-devotee, we cannot chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenselessly. We will be committing offenses, because the pure chanting will come only from the pure heart, which does not have any kind of what do you call, any kind of bad thinking in them. So when we understand that the name and the form is non-different, that's when we can chant the pure name. Otherwise, it is difficult to take the pure name. We understand the glories of the Lord, we understand the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, and we know that the deity and the Lord is non-different, and the name and the Lord is non-different. Then when we serve the devotees, then the name of the Lord will come purely. Otherwise, it is very difficult for us to take the pure name of the Lord. So without the serving, we cannot get the chanting, we cannot get the taste for the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, what will happen? All the dust in our heart will remove away. So how this happens? So this is a trick. The medicine and the result is the same here. We want the chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra without offenselessly, but then we are doing offenses. How can I solve this problem? The chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra again and again and again. Then what will happen? When I keep chanting, the more the rounds I'm doing, the offenses that are being in our mind will be cleared out. The all the sins that have occurred. So it is said that like how we take bath every single day, right? It is very common that every day we take bath so that we can clean ourselves. In the same way, every day we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, so to clear out all the impurities with us. And then when we clear out all the impurities, that time the dormant love of Krishna will be arising within us, and then we can concentrate in chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So without chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we cannot reach Krishna. Only the means is chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And we should listen from Guru. That mantra should be given by Guru. Then only we can chant it nicely, and we can reach at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is about the verse, and we can move to the next verse. Yeah, we are almost at the end. Yeah. I offer my respectful obeisances at the feet of Vaishnava. Let Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda be my life and soul. Okay, the last verse. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasatachu Padayuge Ganam. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Dasa, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus, the end of the English translation of Gaudiya Bhasya commentary of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Madhya Khanda, chapter 9, entitled The Lord's 21-hour ecstatic and description of Sridhara and other devotee characteristics. So these are the verses. I just wanted to share one more nice story where it explains how the devotees are very, very glorious, and how the normal people thinks devotees to be someone who is troubling them, or they don't give that particular respect, as these verses are telling us. So there is one little boy who is a 9-year-old boy who had a problem of the heart bump on his back. So he was crying with that heart bump, and he was like, oh, help me mommy, and he was crying. So then what happened is his sister comes, and she brings up some leaves and everything, and puts the fan so that he's cool. Once that fan is off, or leaves medicine is gone, he's again crying, oh, help me. And then his mom finds his brother coming home. So then he asks, his brother is like a, who is following Buddhism, and he was going all the Thailand, all different countries. So he asked her, oh brother, you went every place and you saw everything. Please, can you help my son to clean out this problem? So then he says, oh, this problem, instead you can just kill the boy. That is the best way for all the problems. So that's the thing. He says like that. And then what happens is, then the mother and father does not like, and it's a very bad decision to kill a person because they are suffering from the problem, right? Then they father decides to take to the doctor. And the doctor, when he was treating, he's first take out all the surgery things, and all the knife, and maybe some things that we can perform some operation to remove that hot bump on his back. So immediately the father and mother shouts at him, oh, what are you doing to my son? You are going to kill him or what? You just get out, don't do anything. But then doctor just does his job, and finally they will see, the doctor cleans out the bump and remove all the pus from it and bad blood, everything, and then he will be fine, this boy will be fine. And then finally the doctor, the boy's parents will thank him. So this is what the situation of the material people. When we approach them, when we try to help them, when we try to give a book, or try to give some suggestion, they are thinking that we are troubling them, we are harming them. But actually, in the sense, we are not harming them, we are trying to give the real solution. Like you see that the little girl helped him. That solution is only for the temporary, it's not going to help. So that kind of solution is called karma kandi devotees. They just give, like, if I have a problem, I go to karma kandi person, he says, okay, do this puja, you will be escaped from this problem. But then if I go to a devotee knows that, okay, this is the problem, so then you have to surrender to Krishna, all the problems is solved from everywhere. Maybe outwardly the problem might not go, but a person look towards it, person stands about that problem is changed, and he will be able to understand, how can I solve this problem, nor how can I be stable and determined when my life is in trouble. So that's that kind of understanding, that kind of higher knowledge is given by the devotee, by a Vaishnava. So Vaishnavas are always great, and they are always in the merciful mood. They just wanted to give the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone, so that everybody can be happy. And so this is one more story. I would like to end my class here. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please forgive me for all the offenses that I have committed. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for this very beautiful class. I felt like a small child hearing so many pastimes, so many stories. It was beautiful, Mataji. I really loved how you said a devotee can appear anywhere in any form, and you gave the examples of Garuda, Hanuman, and Haridas Thakur. I loved how you brought the three personalities together. And then so many stories. I loved that carpenter story. I think I had heard it once in one of Guru Maharaj's lecture too. So, and that Lord Test Srivasa, that's such a beautiful story. All the Gauranga book pastimes you were saying, it was very beautiful, Mataji. In fact, I was reading that Lord Test Srivasa just 2 days back for one of the kids' classes. And I remember in the end how Guru Maharaj says, like when Mahaprabhu blesses, even a pet or even an insect in your house will get pure devotion. Even you said that. And so Guru Maharaj says in the end, so we should
become a pet in his house. Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
So beautiful, Mataji.
We are like a pets in his house. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There it was talking about of offense to Lord Nityananda, and defaming Nityananda. So I thought that pastime would be related, and I just added that pastime, Mataji.
Beautiful, beautiful stories. And Gopal Chapal, Devendra Pandit. Very nice, Mataji. Beautiful compilation of so many stories and pastimes. Very grateful to you, Mataji. Excellent class. Thank you so much. I know how much of effort you put for each class, how sincere you are. So thank you, Mataji, for all that.
Thank you, Mataji, for encouraging me. Very grateful to you, Hare Krishna.
Grateful to you, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, as you said, all the stories were taken from Guru Maharaj's lecture. Hare Krishna.
We know you do that all the time, Mataji, so it's very nice. Dear devotees, please go ahead. I'm sure many Matajis are waiting to talk to you.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji, thank you so much for a very beautiful class. And as Chinmay Mataji said, it was filled with stories, analogies, examples, and it was rich with philosophy as well. So thank you so much for such a beautiful class. And we enjoyed all the stories. It was all relevant. It was covering the content of every single verse. I did have a question. What was that boy suffering from? I don't understand that.
Oh, Mataji, it's like a heat bump, Mataji.
He boy. Okay.
Heat bump, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on his back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's also the story that I heard from Guru Maharaj. He was explaining that how great a devotee is and the difference between all the devotee and karma kandi person and Mayavadi philosopher. Yeah, he was distinguished there. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful, wonderful, so beautiful stories you quote, and with that stories, it becomes so easy to understand the sense of the verse. So, thank you, Mataji. Thank you for quoting so many stories, explaining it so nicely, and all the pastimes from Chaitanya Charitamrita makes us remind so many wonderful devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Don't have any question as such, but can't stop myself to glorify you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Kitida Mataji, for encouraging me always. I know I might have did a lot of mistakes. If these verses were given to you, you would have given very nice philosophical way, the class, Mataji. I would have enjoyed very nicely. Thank you so much, Mataji, for your association. Many things I'm learning from your classes, Hare Krishna.
I would have simply read it, Mataji. I'm not even able to explain, but you cited so many examples and stories. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. What a wonderful class. I was thinking that I should make my child also to sit and listen to your classes because very nice stories, Mataji, as everyone said. So if stories are there, it's really very easy to relate also and to remember that, okay, Mataji has took all these verses. So thank you so much for getting all those stories. And the last one, which you said about the boy, I just like that, like whenever we approach the non-devotees, they think that we are demons, not themselves. So, but it is the other way around, where we try to explain them, but they always go away from us. So, thank you so much for bringing that story also, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Guru.
हरे कृष्णा HG विनीता गंधारिका माता जी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम। जय श्रील प्रभुपाद। बहुत ही हृदय से आपने माता जी सब स्टोरी सुनाई। वेरी लाइक ऐसे लगता था कि हम किसी बच्चे के पास सुन रहे हैं, इतना अंदर आप इन्वॉल्व हो गए थे कृष्ण कथा कृष्ण कथा कृष्ण कथा में क्योंकि आपका जपा बहुत अटेंटिवली है एंड यू आर हियरिंग कृष्ण कथा श्रील गुरुदेव वाणी। थैंक यू वेरी मच। ये तो बहुत छोटा शब्द है माता जी, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं अकेली सुन रही हूँ, सबके घर में जितने भी लोग अभी वर्क फ्रॉम होम करते हैं वो सब सुनते हैं। आधा समझ में आता है, आधा नहीं आता है, पर मन को स्वीकृति मिलती है और वो जो बोलते हैं ना जपा अटेंटिवली होता है और वो भगवान के प्रति प्रेम जागृत होता है। माता जी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम टू योर सिंसियर सेवा। श्रील प्रभुपाद, श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, गोपीनाथ की जय, जय जय नित्यानंद, जय जय गणपति। Thank you, Beta. Thank you very much for your deep devotional association.
Thank you, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Thank you so much. I just wanted to thank Revati Mataji, Shivani Mataji, Parima Mataji, and Padmasaki Mataji and Sakari Mataji for the chat messages. Thank you so much. Very grateful to you all for encouraging me. Hare Krishna.
I was about to read the chat messages to you, Mataji.
Mataji, just one comment. You are very bold and very enthusiastic, and it seems that you are very, very simple at heart, and your classes reflect that thing. You know, you are very pure-hearted person, Mataji. That's why your
Yeah.
classes are very simple, very clear, and you are very enthusiastic about serving. So you know, you are a wonderful devotee, Mataji.
Jai
And I
Ho.
really respect you from the bottom of my heart.
Hari
Dandavat
Hari, Koti
Hare
Koti
Krishna,
Dandavat
all
Pranam.
glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to Guru Maharaj Mataji and all glories to wonderful devotees in Bhakti Sangha. Because of them, I am able to serve something I am doing only because of them. I am grateful to all of them. Hare Krishna.
Very truly said Parima Mataji. She is very humble, very simple, but she reads a lot and hears a lot. She very, very sincerely follows the instructions of Guru Maharaja. Yes, Mataji. Does Vrinda want to say something, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, she's troubling me. She's
Yeah.
at home today. Say what
Vrinda,
is
do you want to say something?
That's it. It's YouTube live, right? You cannot be seen. Can you say no?
I want to say, I like the last story of the heart,
Bump. Yeah.
bump.
Mhm.
I want to know if it's a real story.
Yeah, it's a real story. That's why Guru Maharaj has narrated it. Yeah.
Thank you, Vrinda. Mataji's chat messages are still going on.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji, she's just beside me. Yeah. I did not send her to the school, so that's the
Bala
problem.
Vrinda, you want to sing something, Radhe?
Yes.
Yes, Radharani ki Jai Ho, Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Okay, you sing Narshima Kavacham.
No, Hare Krishna.
Jai Ho.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, she will sing Narshima
Hare
Kavacham.
Krishna.
Narshima Kavacham. For everybody's health. Guru Maharaj also is not feeling well. So we can sing. Yeah.
Narsimha Kavacham Bhakshe Prahladeන Nidhampuna Sarvaraksakaram Puryam Sarvabhadravarasharam Sarvasampatkaram Sheva Sarvamoksha Pradayakam Yatma Narsimha Devesham Hemasidvasarasitam Vimittasam Tidaram Sharabindu Samasprabham Lakshmani Gita Vamaga Vibhuti Chaturbhujam Gomalangam Swarna Kundala Shobhitam Saroja Shobhito Naskam Ratnake Yoga Mudritam Tapta Kanchana Shankasha Pita Nirmala Vasasam Indrani Sinabolista Swarnalmanikya Deeptibi विराजितल्पतद्वद्वं शङ्ग्रचन्द्रादिहेदिभिः करुन्मचाच विनया सूर्यमानवदाविदम् कमलसंवास कृत्वा तु कवचं पदे दर्शिवो मे शिरो मातु लोकरक्षात्मसम्भव सर्वगोपीस्तम्भवास फालमे रक्षतु ध्वनिं दर्शिवो मे दिशो मातु सोमसूर्याग्निलोचन शतमे मातुर्हरि मुनिवर्यस्तुति प्रिया दासो मे शिवरासस्तु मुखं लक्ष्मी मुखं प्रिया सर्वविद्याजितं पातु दर्शमो रसना भव वक्रं पादिन्दुवदनं सदा प्रह्लादवन्दिता दर्शिं पातु मे कण्ठं स्कन्दो भूमरराधकृत् दिव्या शशोभितभुजो दर्शिं पातु मे भुजो करं मे देववरदो दर्शिं पातु सर्वश इदहं योगी सातस्त वाशं पातु मे हरि मध्यं पातु हिरण्याक्षं वक्षकुक्षि विदारनन्दमे पातु नु हरि स्मरामि ब्रह्म संस्तुत ब्रह्माण्डकोदय कट्यामस्यासो पातु मे गतिं गुह्यं मे पातु गुह्यानां मन्त्रणां गुह्यरूपदिं Puro Baro Baba Pado Jarade Robadik Jange Bhatazara Bhara Hattayu Sarda Kechari Sura Rajapada Pado Pado Beya Nishwara Sahashisha Pudusha Pato Vesar Vashaktaram Mahoga Purvada Pado Mahaviranga Jogdida Mahavishnu Dakshinetu Mahajala Istarayado Pashibe Patu Sarveshu Dishibe Sarvatobaka Darshim Babada Vayavyam Sobya Bhushan Vigrah ईशा व्यापात भद्रो में सर्वमंगल बालक संसार भयन पादो विद्यो विद्यो युकेचरी इदम नरसिंह कवचम भल्लाद मुखमंदितम भक्ति मान्य पदे नित्यम सर्व पापे प्रमुच्यते पुत्र वादरवान लोके दीर्घानुर्य भजाते यम यम गामयते कामम दम दम प्राप्नोति संशयम सर्वत्र जयमाप्नोति सर्वत्र जयविभवे भूम्यन्तरिक्ष दिव्यानां गणानां विनिवारणं विष्णुकोणन सम्भूता विशामरणं परं ब्रह्म राक्षस रक्षाणां द्युरोत्सारण कारणं भूदेवतालपत्रेण कवचं लिखितं शुभं फलमूले द्रव्येण सिद्धेयो कर्म सद्यया देवाशुरमर्षेषु संशये वचनं लभेदेक सद्यं सद्दव्याय पदे नियतो नर सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं मुक्तिं च विन्दति रात्रिं सति सहस्राणि पतिसिद्धात्मराम्णां कवचस्यास्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धिं भजाते तेन मन्त्रराजेन कृतमस्मानि मन्त्रम् Tekam vidyate suda sagaram bharit trivaram brahmavada sudatam vape matacha rashayano rao matam shabajara vajane tasya yogam parashyati chavyokukshitam baba gajantam gajantam nishapudamadam somayantam adantam rubyantam samayantam devi devi bhudidiram shepayantam shidantam gadantam roshantam dishi dishi satatam samarantam bharantam vikshantam puryantam sharikarashate divyasimbam namami dishi bambada purane veladoktam shina simba yojam sampurnam jira shiva jira Shiva Prahlade Shasya Padma Mukapadma Bhigga
नरसिंह भगवान की
मान
जय।
की जय। शिष्य नरसिंह कवचम की जय। बाल वृंदा गोपी की जय। डन पर बेटा। थैंक यू शिष्य नरसिंह कवच की जय।
जय।
डॉक्टर प्रहलाद महाराज की जय।
Thank you, Balavrinda. So, Matajis, if there are, yes, Mataji, chat is going on. For the 4x speed. So, Mataji, with your permission, shall we end the call?
4 times speed.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you did.
Thank you, Balavrinda.
Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripa
कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव
sindhubhyeva
च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। सब डिवोटीज की जय।
जय।
Grace
बाल
Vinita
वृंदा की
Gandharvika
जय।
की जय।
श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।